Okay, we are live. No need to turn. But anyways, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it's bloody Magic Round. Who would have thunk it? Who else is excited? Get the hype train just bloody going. It's all excitement. Magic Round is officially upon us, and we're going to be here every step of the way. From this game tonight all the way to the Gold Coast Titans and the Parramatta Eels. We'll be standing alongside it watching every bit of action from this weekend's matchup. So, get a start right into it. Of course, the opening match, the opening game of the cards, it is the Canterbury Bulldogs up against the Canberra Raiders. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very interesting weekend to say the least. Crowds are starting to file in just a little bit, getting ready for the game that starts in about half an hour's time. Obviously for tonight, only the two matches. So you got at 6 p.m. You've got the Manly Seagulls up against the you got the Canterbury Bulldogs up against the Canberra Raiders, and at 8 o'clock you've got pretty much, it's kind of almost the traditional game for Magic Round. It is, of course, the Manly Seagulls up against the Brisbane Broncos. So there we go, just waiting now just to see how everything is going with the connections and stuff like that. Hopefully everything's going well. But yeah, it's very interesting to see. They're currently talking about how it's Wayne Bennett's 900th game in charge of a club. Absolute incredible stats, to say the very least. But yeah, it's just it's one of those incredible things. I'm just noticing on the see it over soon. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I've just realised, I'm assuming there must be some sort of thing with advertisements, because my stream currently is on limited, which does happen when it comes to like ad revenue stuff, like if you like swear and all. But the problem is, though, which this makes no sense, I haven't sweared yet. The stream has literally just started. That makes a bit silly. But yeah, it is rather odd of how sometimes how the YouTube stuff works, but yeah, it's gonna be an exciting round regardless. It's I don't know, maybe having magic in the word sets off some fireworks or whatever. It's just, you never know with the with how things go with it. So looking at the poll at the moment, and geez, a few people that have joined it, 5 votes have currently come in, and all 5 going in favour of the Canberra Raiders taking the opening game of Magic Round. Now, it's 6 now, and it's still the Canberra Raiders. So, one thing that is actually very interesting to understand is the Canterbury Bulldogs are actually one of only 2 teams who have not won at Magic Round. Since 2019, the Bulldogs have lost... I know, they've lost all of them. I know the Bulldogs have lost to the Knights twice. Can't remember who they lost to in 2021, but I mean, what can you say? It's a very interesting stat, and for those who know the opposite side of the coin, the 2 teams that have won or are undefeated at Magic Round are South Sydney and the Sydney Roosters. So, kind of interesting. Bit of interesting stat. But Canberra, a little bit of momentum going into it, but yeah, it's just very interesting. We'll actually go through the team list now, starting with the side 13. So, howdy, Wobbly John. Good to... Wobble and Jaw, sorry, not Wobbly. So, and Cheney lost to Raiders in 21. Oh, thank you, Cheney. Thank you very much. Hang on, I'll just bless you up for that one. I'm sorry, I forgot I was on the team. But this will be the starting 13 for both teams. For the Bulldogs, Hayes Perham at fullback with Karaz and Casey on the wings, Jake Avarilla and Paul Alamotti in the centres. Josh Reynolds starting at 5'8", with Matt Burton starting at halfback. Max Keane, Reid Marnie, Tavita Pangai Jr. as the prop hooker prop, Corey Waddell and Jacob Preston the second row, and Raymond Fatala Mariner as the lock. For the Canberra Raiders, Sebastian Chris at fullback, Xavier Savage and Jordan Rapin are on the wings with Jared Croker and Matthew Tomoko in the centres. Jack White in a 5'8" with Jamal Fogarty at halfback. Josh Papali, Zach Wolford and Joseph Tarpany as the prop hooker prop with Hudson Young and Elliot Whitehead in the second row with the Ginger Ninja himself, Corey Horsburgh, starting out at lock, which amazing to see. I absolutely love a bit of Corey Horsburgh. And I'll just read out on here the interchange. So for the Bulldogs, it is Carl Olapu, Jaden Ockenball, Franklin Pele, and Samuel Hughes. And the interchange for the Canberra Raiders is Tom Starling, Emre Gula, Pasami Salo, and Ada Mariota. So yeah, going to a little bit of fantasy. So this is a brand new trade. I've traded in I forget who it was, but I've traded in somebody. I think it might have been Jacob Little, actually, I might have traded, and I've got Cam Pereira, obviously one of the star-studded rookies in the NRL this year. I guarantee he's going to get Rookie of the Year this year. But yeah, all in all, just a bit of subs, I think it's going to be alright. We've still got a little bit of time, I believe, until the lockouts. We've got 24 minutes. So I'll probably have Jeremy Marshall King at... That's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to have Jeremy Marshall King as... Or do I go for Hop? No, we got to go Hopgood. You got to go Hopgood as captain. Because he's an absolute machine when it comes to Magic Round and stuff like that. But one thing I just want to add, the shoe-in of the week, for those who have missed out on my tipping video, back on Tuesday, there it is. The West Tigers will beat the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Obviously, the Tigers are coming off a win against Penrith. Can they go 2-0 against the other team who have not won yet at Magic Round? Be interesting to see, but I do think, yep, that could possibly be a situation. Feature highlight, bookmarking. That's good to know. But, yeah, still currently 6 votes, and all of them in favour of the Canberra Raiders. I believe I did. I think I did tip the Raiders in my predictions. If not, then I'm in trouble. But, for those wondering, I've literally got like hot chip sarnie with like, with chicken salt and like the religious amount of tomato sauce like they serve at the footy. So it's kind of like a bit of a footy theme kind of way. But I'm actually very excited for this Magic Round purely because the Knights aren't playing. So there's no it's weird. It's like, if I went to something like this and it's like, and I know that the Knights are going to play on that day, I'm just going to be sitting there just not enjoying myself, like obviously getting a bit nervous for the Knights game to about to see, and hopefully they can try to get a win. But not playing this week, very happy with that. They're in Bali apparently, which is apparently interesting news. Bradman Best had his phone stolen by a monkey. He got one-on-one stripped by a monkey. That's just lovely. But yeah, I just would like to see, be interesting how, I don't know if this is, it's weird because obviously now thinking about, because obviously the Knights weren't selected to play at Magic Round this year, who misses out next year? Well, because the Knights had the opening game last year against the Bulldogs, so could it be one of these two teams missing out? Could it be like Canberra or the Dogs? I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if it becomes... I don't want to make it like performance-based where it's you got to say, oh, whoever gets the wooden spoon shouldn't play, because then it'd be like... I don't think it's right, but I do think it potentially, if it's because of low fan engagement and it was the opening game, then this could very much mean that like the ball would be either the Bulldogs or the Raiders who will miss out at Magic Round for 2024. Yeah, to just put some chips on on some bread and have a sandwich. But yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend. Gonna do all the. I'm actually pulling my finger out for this week and actually doing something, which is great to see. I'm going to be trying to do all the matches for this round. Should be nice. Oh, someone has voted for the Bulldogs. We have found someone who is brave. I respect that. I respect your bravery. I mean, in fairness, though, Wouldn't actually shock me if the Bulldogs did win this game. It actually would not shock me at all. But yeah, it's bit of sports bet action and all that. Fairly soon in terms of tips. Actually, that actually reminds me, I need to actually put my tips in. So let me do my ESPN footy tips, and I'll probably bring it along actually, so I can do it. Because I forgot to put it in, and no time's better than like right before it. So get all the news and stuff like that. So footy tipping. Don't know if I have to sign in yet, so I'm just going to wait to see if I actually do need to log in and show anything, because I don't want to, you know, dox myself or whatever. Or any bit of information. Okay, sweet. No, we don't. Okay, let me just go into here. This actually would be a really good place to just retcon my tip video and just ignore. But here we go. So Bulldogs versus Raiders. I have the. This just want to make sure this is showing. Yep, I do have the Raiders to win. I'm gonna say by like. I think it's something like by like 14 or something. It'll be something like that. Manly versus Broncos. I think Manly will win. Warriors Panthers. I think Penrith should win, though I would like to see the Warriors come do it. I don't know. Sharks versus the Dolphins. I've got the Sharks to win. Storm Rabbitohs. I've gone with the Bunnies to win. Tigers Dragons. I've gone Tigers. Roosters Cowboys Roosters. And I've gone Titans to beat Parramatta. And this week's buys Newcastle. So that is I need to submit the tips actually. Oh, whoops. I actually need to properly submit that. There we are. Those are my tips. So, yeah, you know, just one of those, don't even know how that even remotely looked like on stream, but hopefully it looked somewhat okay. But, it's hard to say how this whole week will go. Okay, now we've gone up to 8 votes now, and it's now a 6-2, so 2 people have tipped the Dogs to come up trumps in this game. I'm going to remove my watch here. But yeah, it's very. I was thinking about doing some like drink every time they say Magic Round, but I dead set would actually probably get liver cirrhosis or something like that. I would actually be in so much trouble if that actually would occur. I'd be a goner. Because they say like Magic Round, like I think it's like they're contractually obligated to say it in every single sentence, almost. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Trying to get back into. Not saying trying to get back into footy, but it's trying to get back into this because I've been very stagnant over the course of the year, and but now we're gonna try to simmer down. I mean, obviously, we've got to getting into the lead up for State of Origin stuff like that, which is going to be of like magnitudinal importance. Yep, there we go. So apparently, Magic Round is sold out. Watching live here, unfortunately our Night Vision No Game footage is actually being shown on here because NRL copyright's a bit stuffy, but I think I don't know if Hectic Fred at Magic Round. I don't know. He might be streaming on there on Twitch. He is able to show it because on Twitch it's different rules. So I would head there. This is just you're staring at this bloke eat chips and watch footy. I don't know why anyone watches either. But yeah, Ricky Stewart. I'm fucking hell, he's got a massive gash, Ricky Stewart, on his head. What happened? It's a bit silly, but Which NRL's the NRL copyright's a bit weird. They're a bit silly like that, unfortunately, but yeah, it's weird. It's limited. It doesn't make that much sense as to why it would be limited or add suitability. But I don't know. I'm just looking back as what I'm like, thanks bro, I'm going to go for a Dogs 13 plus. That's, I feel like, yeah, if the Dogs can get their feet on the ground running, like if they just phase out Canberra immediately from the get-go and have them doing the chase, because I'd much rather see Canberra. I think Canberra are not that great in terms of chasing a score. So I do think that if the Bulldogs do like hit the Dogs running, they can actually go well. So, but I don't know. I just feel like Canberra coming off the win against the Dolphins, they're just going to come into this guns blazing. But who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen. We could see the Dogs get their first win at Magic Round, which would be good to see for them. But yeah, how long we got to go, actually? I just realised I should have had my watch on. So we've got 14 minutes away from the kickoff of Magic Round. What do I do here? Do I just shamelessly plug? I probably should. There should be somewhere on the probably like it's like down like there or something. It's like a join thing. You can become a member of the channel if you want. You get to use some emojis and you get your name put up here. Oh, perfect timing. I wish I'd planned that, but it's no, it's just better. You get your name popped up on the thing as like the stream was brought to you by, stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it, pretty much. If you want to, it's obviously optional, but the option is there, and what that does for me is I don't know. It helps me. It helps the channel. I think you got to say that as like you contractually have to say. So Raiders' next game is going to be interesting. They take on Parramatta. That'll be the first time they've played since the semi last year. By the way it's going, you probably definitely could have a case of potentially the Raiders making the out. I think it's still too soon. We got to wait after the Origin period's over to finally make some assumptions on like how teams are going to go and all that. Still currently at the 75% in favour of the Canberra Raiders to take out the opening game of Magic Round. So if that would stand, that the Bulldogs would be going down. But Bulldogs, I don't know. Great channel watching live all the way from New Guinea. Shout out to New Guinea. Big like seriously, big ups to New Guinea out here. Yeah, I kind of wish there was like a way to actually try to get around streaming on like the games on YouTube, because I feel like to watch the NRL, it's like relatively easy for like say England, Australia and New Zealand, but then it's like once it gets to like obviously like the Pacific, then it just becomes an absolute nightmare. But it's, I know it's hard to say, but I'm excited. I think Canberra should be able to get the win. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of things to say. So Bulldogs, I think, are coming out now to do their warm-ups or something like that, I think is what they're doing. But obviously, 10 minutes away, the crowd is starting to slowly build. Usually the crowd for Friday doesn't come in until Brisbane are playing. So it'll be good to see once the crowd does start to build up. I am planning on probably going to this next year, hopefully. There we go. There's another stat that could potentially shape the thinking of the game. Raiders have won the past 6 against the Bulldogs. It's kind of nuts of how So at the moment, everything is kind of leaning against the Bulldogs, obviously. Like the stat just said there, 6 games, the last 6 games, the Raiders have won them all. Bulldogs have never won at Magic Round. But obviously, those records are made to be broken, so who knows what will occur. Magic time. I'm so glad I'm not there because I know I'd be hearing fucking Magic Round the whole... like. So I'd probably hear that enough to last me a lifetime, in all honesty. Who do I think is going to win, Bulldogs or Raiders? Cody, I'm going to go with... I've gone with the Raiders to take this one out. I don't think the Raiders are in good form at the moment, obviously, after their last week win against the Dragons, the Dolphins, sorry. And it's just, I don't know. I think that I know the Bulldogs have caught up one of the New South Wales Cup players, which is good to see, but it's just, I think Canberra's team is just a lot more solidified in a way, and there was a stat that just popped up a couple of minutes ago saying the Raiders won the last 6, so going with the Raiders. I'm actually going to check the poll at the moment. Yep, it's just going increasing. It's actually more people are starting to come in for the Dogs now, so it's currently 6-3 in favour of the vote. So there is a sizable minority saying that the Bulldogs will go against the grain and get the win here, which is what I'd like to see. Will say, though, I'm really excited for Saturday. Saturday, all 3 games are belters. You got Warriors Penrith to start it at 3. Then you've got Sharks and Dolphins, the second game, and then the final one, Storm Souths. Like, dead set, absolute, like, belters. But yeah, it's I hope the boys are enjoying themselves in Bali. I hope so. No, Bradman Best had his phone stolen, but you know. It's just, oh boy. Bali midweek. It's a chip butty. Dead space. But, yeah, pretty much getting everything done today was just because I go to university, for those who don't know, and was literally just like trying to get everything done. I had like an assignment that was finished at, they had to get done at 5. It was just absolutely mental, but yeah, we finally got it done, all sorted. Okay, poll's still going at 6-9. We're about 6 minutes away from the kickoff, so I'd assume probably after this ad break would be when the start. It'd be great to see some action. I want to see some one-on-one strips. That's what I want to see. It's my favourite thing in rugby league. I'm just gonna check now. We're still probably we're still a little bit away. Bumblebee Tuna, sup Mark? Good to see you, man. In fairness, if I was at Magic Round, I'd just keep on going. I'd just be doing this to everyone and just try to get into as many fights as humanly possible. That would be my goal. Yeah, might as well just switch back on to KO because I'm assuming that both teams are about ready to go. I don't know. Did they do some ceremony before the start of Magic Round or anything? I think it's actually the full time I'm actually been sitting down and actually watch all of Magic Round. So usually I only watch when the Knights are playing specifically, but Oh, they got Spirit in the Sky playing, which is a banger. But even Sunday got some good games. So you got Titans and the Eels, which are two teams. Obviously, they have finals aspirations. You've also got who else? The Dragons and the Tigers, because the Tigers could actually do it. I think Tigers could actually beat them again. The game between them is what is it? It's I actually can't remember who it is. It's Roosters. It's Roosters Cowboys. That's going to be a bollocking. I honestly think that in that game, I would probably predict that the Cowboys would get 50 put on them. Because it's just... That's how I just project that whole game going down. I feel sorry for the players that in the later games who have to play in the sweat and dribble of the previous games. At least hope... I mean, that is true, but at least hopefully they can actually, you know... somewhat something like just trying to think of what to say actually. Sorry, that's a tip in the swear jar. But I mean, like, hopefully their filtration system's something alright, because I know I remember Suncorp got flooded a couple of years ago from like heavy rain, so you never know. Obviously, Magic Round is about to start, so we're just basically getting ready for both teams to come out. Finish your chip, boys. But yeah, obviously the crowd's going to come in for the actual proper game later. Not proper game, but the big game later tonight, obviously being the Broncos and the Sea Eagles. I just don't understand why they just don't make Brisbane the home team. It's like, yeah, Manly has that one home game, but it's literally in the other team's house. But right before we get into the actual proper kit, we'll just go through the starting 13 one last time. For the Bulldogs, you got Perm at fullback with Carraz and Casey on the wings, with Avarillo and Alamotti in the centres. Josh Reynolds starting at 5'8", with Matt Burton starting at halfback. King, Mahoney and Pangai Jr. as the prop hooker prop. Corey Waddell and Jacob Preston in the second row. And Faitala Mariner at lock. For the Canberra Raiders, you got Chris at fullback with Savage and Rapana on the wings, with Croker and Tomoko in the centres. White and Fogarty are the 5'8" and halfback. Papali, Wolford and Tarpeen as the prop hooker prop. Hudson Young, Elliot Whitehead in the second row, and Corey Horsburgh, the Ginger Ninja himself, at lock. Wonder how many players are going to get simbin for hip drops. Okay, there we go. We've now hit 10 votes on the poll, and it is currently 70-30 in favour of the Canberra Raiders. Going for Manly 10+. I mean, yeah, I can definitely see Manly getting this win. It's probably the game later tonight's probably the one of the hardest ones to kind of predict, because you don't know where both teams are, because they obviously are coming off two sizable losses. But yeah, I think Manly, that handicap should hit. I think it'll be a very close game. I just want to actually bring this up very quickly, if I can actually just get into the ladder just to see where teams could end up after this match. That's not it. Here we are. So Bulldogs will jump to, if they win, to 10 points. So they'll jump up one position over Parramatta into 12. Depending on how big the win is, they could see themselves overtake Canberra. Well, actually, yeah, if they get win by like 20 or something, they'd go to 11th. But realistically, the highest they could probably get is 12. There we go. The Canberra Raiders are now out on the field. But for the Canberra Raiders, a win here will take them to 12 points, which will automatically jump them to 6th place from 11th. They'll jump 5 teams in one foul swoop. But there we go. The Canberra Raiders have now come out. We're just now waiting for the Bulldogs to pop out and get ready for Magic Round. I see a bunch of people in Knights jerseys, so there are some Knights fans who actually have made the journey up to Queensland for the weekend, which is nice. Now come the Dogs, but it's take a picture of the turf now and say goodbye. Yeah, pretty much. Is there like an actual proper Bulldogs section? Because they haven't shown it yet. They showed the massive Canberra section, but they haven't showed the cameras of the... oh, now there it is. It's all right. It's not full, but... Matt Burton handed the ball means the Bulldogs will take kickoff, and they'll be running screen left, and Canberra will receive first possession. Just going to get the image up of the... For the team list, we are almost set for the start of Magic Round. And there's kickoff. We are underway for Magic Round 2023. And the Bulldogs kicked off with Canberra getting possession to start it off. First hit up, and it's Whiten who takes the catch and actually sends it to the 20 for the first tackle for Canberra. Sebastian Chris now with the ball. Sending it to around the 30 for the second tackle. It's how this... Yeah, this also... Like Mark Knight just brought up about the turf. So it's perfect turf. No excuses for this game. Papi can't get an offload off, and it'll be fourth tackle on halfway. Shifting now. There's Horsburgh with the run, diving past halfway. Oh, I see the dog wins, but my head's not there. A big carry by Horsburgh. He's made about 30 metres post-contact. He's now 20 metres out now. Last tackle for the Raiders. High kick by Fogarty to the right-hand side. There's a bunch of people there. Rapana's taken it! And he's just gone over. Just like that. A bunch of players standing around it. Rapana just stood there, caught it, and just dived over the line. That is probably the easiest try Jordan Rapana will ever score. That was so easy. You got to think that's got to come off the back of that try. That was probably one of the soft. That's a very soft try there for the Dogs to concede. Rapana just takes. He just stands there and just lets it go into his hands, and he just dives over. You couldn't have scored an easier try if you try. I mean, the only way is if like there's just 13 of the players just instantly just vanished. And there we go. 2 minutes gone. It's 4-0 to Canberra with a kick to come. Jordan Rapana now 4 tries in the past 3 games. It's when he's hot, Mr. Rapana. And now you got Jared Croker back. He will now take the conversion. That was unbelievable. Jared Croker now. This conversion will take him up to career point 2,276. Arguably one of the greatest players at the moment to have never won a premiership. Hopefully he does get one by the end of his career. Should have won in 2019. Here comes the conversion attempt now. Right near the sideline. It's a very hard kick. Croker. Oh. But of course, he slots it over. It's now 6-0 to the Raiders. 2.5 gone. But Corey Horsburgh picks the ball up on halfway and burrows over 25 metres. With Tavita Pangai Jr. being one of the players, it's just showing Horsburgh's actually like, I think he's an unsung hero for the Canberra team, and also I think Horsburgh played for the Dogs 2 years ago when right near the end of obviously the season when they got the spoon, but I think they had to get loaned because they couldn't field enough players. So Horsburgh actually went over to play for the Dogs for a couple of matches at the end of the 2021 season. There's the kickoff to restart play, and the Canberra Raiders will pick it up inside of the 10. Papali gets the ball. First tackle's on the 20, so we could potentially I don't know. What can the Bulldogs do here to try to respond? Try to force an error, probably. Bit of a run there. That's the number 10, Tarpany. Who gets inside of the 30 now for the third tackle. Out to the right-hand side. Canberra sending the ball up. We get to halfway now for the fourth tackle. Now right down to the middle. Horsburgh again. Can he get another big run? He'll try, but he has to have 3 men in the tackle to bring him down. 35 out. Last tackle for Canberra. Just want to say the Bulldogs have not touched the ball yet, and now they will. 3.5 into the game. And that's a take there by the number 5 of Casey. And he's lost it. And Jordan Rapata's head up with it. And Canberra will get the ball a full set 10 metres out. This is unbelievable. Horsburgh to Fogarty. Fogarty tries to go himself, but he gets met up by Corey Waddell. And he's brought down 5 metres away, right in front of the black dot. Canberra now go to the left. Is that Horsburgh? No, it's not. I believe that's Hudson Young, actually. He'll get taken out. So, yep, he's out of... So, it's not going to be back to the 10. He's still on the line. Fourth tackle. Try to dive over the line himself. No try, but they are going to check it. Just to see if he actually did get the ball onto the line there. But I think regardless, it would still be... It was not Tom Starling, it's Zach Wolford who tried to go over. Dives in. Does he get the ball down? No, he's nowhere near. No hurt in searching for it. I think it is the right call to try just to have a cheeky look at it. I should end the poll here now, actually. I just realised, completely forgot to end it. There we go. The Canterbury Raiders, 72% in favour of taking the win with 11 votes. So thank you all very much for voting. But yeah, it's still no... I don't think it's not going to be a try, so it'll be last tackle probably just on the line here for Canberra. But the Bulldogs even haven't had a tackle in possession because Casey went up to catch it and then it was a one-on-one strip against Rapana. For Rapana, yet the ball's nowhere near the ground. No, it's not near the ground, but it's not close to the line. NRL, yep. You're definitely... Certainly right, Gibson. 100%. So, yeah, just waiting now. I don't know what they're trying to review here, because... Hang on, they're saying the ball can be on the ground. They're just trying to check to see if it's actually hit the line. But I think it's going to be one of the... Oh! Hang on. Is it? Oh! I think that might be a... No, I think that might be a try, actually. But yeah, there we go. Unfortunately, there isn't a clear-cut thing because the referee did signal no try when going to the bunker, so they'll just have to stick with the referee's decision. I think there might have been a case there. Here we go. Last tackle right on the line now for Canberra. They'll send it out to the right as Fogarty with another kick. Oh, almost taken again, but I think that would have been a knock-on anyways, or a 20-minute restart. Knock on Bulldogs? Are you sure? I'm fairly certain they went forward off Canberra there. Yeah, they're going to challenge this. Okay, who touches it? Oh, they're trying to see if... There's a Canberra player that does go up for it, but it does seem like Burton touched it and went back. Yep, there we go. Yep, correct decision has been made. It's now a 20-minute restart for the Dogs. So 7 tackle set. They finally have possession of the ball. 5 minutes into the game. Now the Bulldogs need to come out firing here. There's Kiraz who gets the actual proper first tackle now inside of the 30. There's Pangai Jr. who will get onto the 40-metre line, still inside of the Dogs' half. You know, just trying to bit of up the guts action, kind of like the Knights. Like to see it. Out to the right-hand side now the Bulldogs go. I believe that's Alamotti. Oh, hang on. Oh, Cameron, be careful there. He could have made a penalty because his ball-carrying arm was on the ground. Now it's the number 11 there of Corey Waddell. Fourth tackle now for the Dogs. They're just 35 away from the try line now. Perham trying to find a spot, but no one was there to get the support. And that's going to be Tavita Pangai Jr. Simeon with the 1-12 Raiders. I like that prediction. I like that a lot. Last tackle here for the Bulldogs. Burton with a high kick. And it's taken by Sebastian Chris inside the 10. They're going to try to carry him. Ball carrying arm wasn't down, so it's going to be a goal line dropout to the Raiders, sorry, but smart play there by the Bulldogs. Right, that was actually pretty good. I think it was a very good decision there. Chris was, he almost got his arm to the ground there, but yep, good idea there from the, so you can see if the Bulldogs can actually get some form of, some attack going, because the first couple of minutes have been a bit dire, but they could all start to change, potentially. So here we go now, just waiting for, and it's a short kickoff attempt. Is it going to go to the 10? It will. Oh! Who touches that? Xavier Savage went up like a proper AFL mark, but they're trying to figure out who touched it. It says it was touched by the Bulldogs, so it's going to be Canberra's ball. Yeah, I don't know about that. Very interesting call there, but on the 15th, it's a scrum feed now to the Raiders. So again, it's currently in this early part of the game. Anything that's going right for the Dogs, anything is going against the Dogs. I can't talk, but anyways, Papali now with the ball, gets an offload. Out to the right-hand side and gets a tackle now right on the 40-metre line for the second. So, good bit of meter's been gained. Horsburgh flicks it off to the number 10 of Tarpany, who will get just about enter the Bulldogs half. Third tackle, they've shifted off to the right-hand side. Got numbers that they want to properly go for it. It is the number 4 of Matthew Tomoko. Brought down now on the Bulldogs 30 now. Fourth tackle. Papali now ends up with it. Flicks it off to Horsburgh. Horsburgh can't find a pass. But he'll get brought down. 25 away now. Last tackle for the Raiders. Shifts it off to the left. Whiten with the kick. There's a bunch of chasers here. Oh, that's bottled backwards. And it's going to be picked up by Perham inside the dead ball area. And it's going to be a goal line dropout now to the Dogs. It was Karaz who tried to go for it, but it went backwards, and Perham ends up just picking the ball up. Wait, what? Must be saying it must have been a Canberra knock-on maybe in that play, because it's the Bulldogs' ball. I don't know how that's going to work, but fair enough. That's for Tyler Mariner, who gets brought down on the 20. So there you go, Manly Seagulls now looking over the field and play. Obviously, they're playing later tonight against the Broncos. And a very interesting game. Could have been first versus second, but unfortunately it wasn't. Is that a kick for a 40-20? Is that a 40-20 kick? It must be, because, yep, they're going for it. Yep. Who else could have been? Reed Marnie. Yeah, it's a 40-20, so good chance here for the Dogs. So about 15 out. Full set of 6 now coming up for the Bulldogs, so great chance to now get some points here. So right, here we go. So Marnie flicks it out to Burton, to Taylor Mariner, who'll try to run up the guts. Watching Papua New Guinea, still trust on you, Raiders, all the best, do the magic. I hope so. Hayes Perham now gets brought down on the left-hand side, 5 metres away from the try line. Second tackle as we're now about to cross 10 minutes now gone into this game. Marnie to Pangai Jr. Gets an offload back to Marnie. It's a bit of a run. The Dogs now very close to the line now. Third tackle. Right into the left-hand side. They'll go the shorter. Oh, what a pass and pick-up by the number 12 of Jacob Preston. And it's now 4-6 with a kick to come, and the Bulldogs do get a try. Brilliant hand stand by Preston. Wasn't the greatest of balls, but it was cutting in enough to actually get past the line of defence. But there we go. What a mullet. I do agree. That is a tasty mullet. And Preston was the one who actually organised the tackle on Sebastian Chris to drag him into the dead ball line. But there you go, just like that. The 40-20 kick from Marnie setting that up. 11 minutes gone, and it probably will be. Great flat ball. Bit low around the ankles, but very good hands from Preston to hold on to that. So this should be relatively in front, so it should be 6-all. But yeah, great start, I've got to say, for the Bulldogs. Not great. I mean, it hasn't been a great start for the Bulldogs. Sorry, I keep just saying things. It's like, you're starting to see a good bit of start now from the Bulldogs. Marnie laying down the law there. So most 40-20 kicks in the Premiership. And Reid Marnie's top with 4. Luke Brooks says 3. I think he did. Didn't he do like 2 or something against Penrith last week? But there we go. Matt Burt now to set the conversion. And he slots it. So it will be 6-all. As we're about 12 minutes gone into this matchup. But yeah, that 40-20 very important there for the Bulldogs, because if they didn't get that, they were in some serious trouble. In fairness, I think Preston could be a one for the future. The Bulldogs can actually hang on to one. I think it's actually be very good for them. There's the kickoff now from Canberra to restart the game. So. Not bad. It's been an all right game so far. So first tackle now for the Bulldogs now in on the 15 as they send it up the middle there. Kiraz. I'll tell you what, Kiraz's positioning's a bit weird. It's like he's always like, yes, he's a winger, but he's always mostly like in the center of the field. I feel like you probably move him to lock if he gains a bit, puts on a little bit of weight. I think he could be a very good lock for the Bulldogs. Preston now gets brought down on the 40 now for the 4th tackle. Marnie quickly dives from it from dummy half, and Bulldogs will make it right on the halfway for the last tackle. So they're going to shift it to Burton. Oh, here comes a Burton bomb. It's a Burton bomb. No, it's not. It's not a Burton bomb. But good take there by Rapana inside the 10, but there's about 2 dogs instantly coming in. And Rapana up, he gets the ball, carrying arm down, so he'll be staying inside the 10 for the first tackle. Sebastian Chris there getting held back inside the 10, so you can start to see Bulldogs starting to get more aggressive on defence, keeping Canberra back. Now 3rd tackle, Canberra still inside of the 20, inside of their own half. Very good defence currently so far for them. But then again, you could probably see Croker going for a 40-20 potentially. 4th tackle now. They're still only at the 30. Oh, is that a hip drop? No, should be right. Raiders players now coming off. There's the last tackle kick. They didn't even make it to the 40. But Hayes Perham picks it up inside of the 10. And he doesn't know what to do. He just runs at someone who would be the least intimidating and gets brought down on the 20 for the first tackle for the Bulldogs. One of the Canberra players did come off. I think it might have been Matthew Tomoko. I think came off, but interesting to see who it probably would be. VB Hard-Earned Index. I don't even know how it's even measured, but Tavita Pangai Jr. and Max King, sorry, are at the top at the moment. Bulldogs now trying to shift it now up the guts. That's Declan Casey, who gets brought down just shy of halfway for the 4th tackle. Pangai now trying to get a bit of speed into him. He gets an offload off to Burton. They're 30 out now. Burton's still with the ball. And he will just get held up around the 30-metre line. Now this will be the last tackle for the Dogs. Feeds it off to Reynolds. Reynolds now with the kick. It's a bit of chases here. Chris doesn't hold on to it. And it's going to be a 6 again now for the Bulldogs. 15 out. Huge chance here for the Dogs. Chris tried to do everything to try to hang on to that. But it unfortunately popped out there. Now Faitala Mariner. Oh, it's a one-on-one strip. And Hudson Youngs ends up with it. We get it. We saw the fucking one-on-one strip. We've seen 2 so far this game. I love it. Need to cut down on the swearing because... oh, now it's a penalty to Canberra for offside. could have been a bit of an advantage there if you saw because one of the Canberra players was off and running. But there you go, Hudson Young with the one-on-one strip on Faitala Mariner. What a boy, Hudson Young. Actually, played not far from where I am. He's from Maitland, up in the Newcastle area. Is another player the Newcastle Knights just didn't think would be any of interest. I love our recruitment system. So now coming in now, still the first tackle now onto the 45, and now set restart now coming in for Raiders for a ruck infringement. So first tackle just inside of the Bulldogs half, so good chance here for Canberra to try to get back their lead. Offloads off, they're trying to get passes out. Now it's to Xavier Savage. Savage is on the run, he gets wrapped up well though by Kiraz. 15 out, second tackle for Canberra. Probably send it more to the middle now. So Fogarty. That's a brilliant tackle by Pangai Jr., bringing him back to the 25. Oh, now the slippery. The pitch is starting to get to him. It's starting to get a little slippery. Fourth tackle now for Canberra. Horsburgh feeds it to White, and White with a kick over the top. Well, that's beautiful. And Xavier Savage does pick up the bounce, and he will score. That's just actually brilliant play. Bulldogs right hand defense just absolutely non-existent. The bounce could have actually done Savage pretty badly though, but it does favour him well. Just pops into left hand and grounds it. 10-6 now with a kick to come. So there we go. Got Xavier Savage going over. So the two wingers have scored for the Canberra Raiders. Good stuff. That was good stuff, you know. And again, it's Horsburgh setting it up. Flip past to White, and White with the kick over the top. Kiraz was just brought in like well wide, left him way too much space. I do think, in fairness, like Savage was like there waiting for the bounce. I think, commentators just said he probably could have taken it on the full, but. There's a buddy. They've got the mascots there, and the I don't know what there's a Brontus or some Brutus is the Bulldogs name. He's just standing there, just menacing me. There you go, Savage. One try, one line break, 35 meters. Good start for him as we're now 18 minutes gone into the match, and now a conversion from the sideline now for Jared Croker. He's got one early tonight, but this is probably going to be right on the sideline. Canberra can't make it easy on for Croker to getting his points tally up. Obviously, a player who could very much become the highest point scorer, depending on if he can overtake Cameron Smith. So here goes Croker, right near the sideline. On the left-hand side, he kicks it. It curls a little bit too much, and it's going to be a miss. So it'll be remaining 6-10. But yeah, Canberra getting the second try there. I still think Canberra looked pretty good. I think Canberra still look like rather alright currently at the moment in terms of like how they're just playing and all that. I think they should be good, man. There we go, there's the live chat. Just trying to check, is the chat filtered to top chat? No, it's on live chat, sweet, alright. There we go, there's the kickoff there by Canberra. Tarpany now getting to the 25 for the second tackle. Canberra's just been playing pretty well. They're just able to be getting like meters off of these kicks. It's a good sight to see. And now they get a penalty right on the 40. Another chance here for Canberra just to like lob the ball down and get into better scoring position. Just be very good to see. I just want to check something actually. Just potentially in like something like that, because I know a fly's like blowing around. I just don't know if it's like actually making any like proper effect. No, it's alright. Just playing in the background here. Rapin has put it down on the other side of the field though, so chance kind of goes begging there for the Raiders. Rapid almost got it out there, but about to enter 20 minutes gone for this match, and it's Tomoko Rapana almost getting the hang of it, but yeah, goes out onto the 30, so it will be it'll be the Bulldogs' ball. So here we... Wait, whose ball is it? It's Canberra's ball apparently. Must have gotten a touch by a Bulldogs player, I guess. So 30 out. Oh, Tomoko just splits us through the gap just as easy as you like. And it's now 14-6 to Canberra. Just like that. Tomoko just gets the ball onto the right-hand side and just pegs it. No one touches it. No one was going to get to him. It's now 14-6 to Canberra. Just good bit of footy. I just didn't know how was Canberra's ball. It must have been something like something along the lines of like a player might have touched it from the pass. It was played by the Dogs. But yeah, there you go. Try confirmed, and now 19 minutes remaining in the first half, and it's now 14-6 for the kick to come. So Croker should be able to get this, and it should be 16-6. Good bit of stuff. Just good stuff playing. I think Canberra are starting to come into their own a little bit. So you go, Matthew Tomoko, 1 try, 1 line break, 69 run meters, and 3 tackle busts. I think Canberra's back, so I think Canberra probably got the most underrated team in the NRL to say. And here we go, White now with the kick. This is probably the easiest kick he's faced today. So currently at the moment, Jared Croker is 3rd of all time on the most points list. He is about 140 away from overtaking Hazemore Razri in 2nd, but he's still 500 points away from overtaking Cameron Smith as the all-time point getter in Australian Rugby League history, or the NRL, since 1908. There's a conversion by Croker. It is now 16-6 with 18 minutes remaining in the first half. Just pass out to Tomoko, and Tomoko just hits the gas. Just good stuff. Just good stuff. Then more the talking to animal. But yeah, now just waiting now for the kickoff as we've got 18:22 now. Pause, and it's. The thing is, I don't know if Canberra are going to be a team that keeps going and properly runs away with it. We don't know, but here's the kickoff. Papali with the hit up, and he gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for Canberra. Down to Joseph Tarpany, who get brought down on the Canberra 30. Passing to the right hand side. They keep switching between the regular cameras and the flying fox. It's a bit silly now. The camera going down the left hand side. They're almost getting a line break there right on halfway for the 4th tackle. Reynolds tried to dive at it. Croker to Young. Young with a flick pass to Savage. That's a really high shot against Hudson Young, but the referee's not going to call it. Interesting decision there. Now last tackle for Canberra. 30 out. Fogarty with a high kick. Oh! And the bobble has gone backwards. Perham is trying to go up for it. It's gone over and it's battered backwards. And Hudson Young picks it up and goes on to score. And it's now 20-6 with a kick to come. Canberra are just running away with it at the moment. It's just these errors that the Bulldogs are producing are just becoming ever so costly. And the Maitland boy gets over. So Hudson Young gets a flick pass out. Gets a pass out. Oh, it wasn't really that high. Pass out to Xavier Savage. And Xavier Savage gets brought down. Flicks it out to Jamal Fogarty with a kick on the 30. Perham tries to go up to take it. Chris was there to combat it. Perham butts it accidentally backwards. And Hudson Young is just right place, right time. And just runs in to pick it up and score. So now 16 minutes remaining in the first half. It's now potentially going to be 22-6. But by the way things are going, you could probably start making a case that the Bulldogs could have 50 put on them. As that's Hudson Young's 4th try of the 2023 season. There we go. Croker now. This to make him 3 for 4 for the night. I wish these flies would fuck off. And there's the kick. Goes straight through. 22 points to 6. With 15 and a half remaining in the first half. It's just not looking great now for the Bulldogs. Could this actually be the proper thing where it just becomes, you know, just all the game just becomes an absolute blowout? But yeah, it's just Canberra just not getting ready. Now they obviously know the game's a bit of a dud, as they're now just showing the Manly boys in the training sheds, just, you know, starting to get their stretches out as they get ready to play next up. Now just waiting now. It's Canberra now still inside of the 20 now. This will be for the second tackle. And that's the thing, because the Bulldogs keep giving away like these set restarts or penalties in Canberra's end. Canberra then just immediately ends up getting into Bulldogs half. Horsburgh with another 20+ metre post-contact run. He's on halfway for the 3rd tackle. Oh, passing it out now to the side, and Savage couldn't hold on to it, and the ball's gone out on the 30. Very big chance there for Canberra to go in again, but fortunately Xavier Savage couldn't hold on to it. Horsburgh with a bit, genuinely Horsburgh just had like a 25-metre run there. Unfortunately, Savage couldn't get on to the pass to Whiten. If he did, it probably could have been through. So now just waiting now. We're just set restart. Oh, here we go. Set restart now for the Bulldogs. And they get an offload off. Ockenball's now on the field for the Bulldogs. We're starting to see some of the subs roll in. Down to the middle now. Vitilla Mariner. And the ball's popped out. And it's going to be saying it's a strip. And it's going to be a penalty to the Bulldogs. As Reynolds is bleeding from the mouth, because of course he is. Yep, that was a strip by Jack Whiten. And there's the kick into touch by Matt Burton. So 15 out. The Bulldogs have to score here, because all the momentum's been very much against them. They need something to go in their favour. For Tilla Mariner now, but the ball gets brought down 10 metres away from the try line for the first tackle. Working it off into the right-hand side. Reynolds to Ockenball. Ockenball very close to the line now. Second tackle. Burton. Reynolds. Reynolds with a grubber kick, and it's going to be Preston again. Jacob Preston gets a double off of the grubber kick there from Josh Reynolds. And there's still a bit of fight in this Bulldogs team. It's now 22 points to 10 with a kick to come. Reynolds just sees a massive gap open up, and Preston, just right place, right time, plants the ball down. Very much how you'd probably expect, like, that was a Kurt Capewell-esque try, you know, like that typical type of try. But yeah, Jacob Preston, just a good start for him. Now with the momentum, if they can get the kick, then if they just get the 2 tries, they'll be up in front with if they get both of their conversions as well. But should be a very close try. 5th career try for Jacob Preston. It's his 2nd double, so good on Preston. I mean, it's like he's been playing pretty good. So here we go. Burton now with the kick. This to make it 22-12. Slots it right down the middle. So less than 12 minutes remaining. It's now a 10-point game. So the Bulldogs are still in this. It's not like they've been completely phased out of this match. Okay, finally Reynolds actually does something since coming back to the NRL, and now they're acting like that was all him. Or the Bulldogs doing anything, that's all him. Oh, I forgot. What's next? They're going to dick ride. It's just crazy. Here we go. Here comes the kickoff now. Expected now from the Raiders. There we go. There's the kickoff. And we restart the game. Now in comes Tavita Pangai Jr. And Pangai gets tracked about to the right hand side, but he does skip and play. It is on the 20. Now to the number 11 now for the Bulldogs. Just clicked on the thing here. Corey Waddell. Now Ockenball. Ockenball's in the centre. I don't know where he's playing. It's because usually he plays on the wing. Maybe he might be lock, maybe? I'm not too sure. No, but Fatela Marina's still there. So I don't know what position Ockenball is. But Fatela Marina now gets brought down. 4th tackle for the Bulldogs. Inside of the 40. Here comes Burton Bomb. No, it's not. He's going for a 40-20 here. It's on the trajectory, but Sebastian Chris is there to mark it down. But yep, Sebastian Chris able to shut it down. Gets the first tackle on the 30. A bit of the Canberra players being slow to try to come back into the line. It's it's going to be a penalty to Canberra there for the probably an illegal strip, but so a little bit goes in favour of the Bulldogs, and then something gets taken away from them. So this will get them into a good position. So Carlo Lawapu now set to come into the game for the Bulldogs. I believe he might be taking replacing Jacob Kiraz. Ball will be kicked into touch on the Bulldogs 40, so chance for Canberra to try to continue their lead. Hudson Young now with the ball. He gets brought down for the first tackle on the 30. They'll shift it now into the middle, as that's Tarpany. So Olapu is going to replace Pangai Jr., so I don't know where they've moved Olapu. Maybe they put Ockenball on the forwards, maybe. But here we go. 3rd tackle now. 10 metres out now for the Raiders. They'll shift it to the left-hand side. Fogarty to White and flat ball. There's bodies everywhere. There's Bulldogs bodies everywhere and trying to get back into their line. Calling for a forward pass here. It's the number 15. It is Gula. 4th tackle now for the Raiders. Oh, this last tackle, Fogarty gets hammered in a kick, and it's going to go out on the full. But Josh Reynolds did end up getting him. Oh! Reynolds just fucking leading with the elbow there. Bloody hell, Reynolds is coming in there. Like, he gets him on time, but he leads with the elbow straight to the head, and they didn't call that. Come on. But anyways, now Bulldogs down with the ball first. Down to the first because of the 20-minute restart. Now it's a penalty to the Bulldogs. Probably got to have the decisions go in favour of Reynolds so he doesn't abuse referees again like he did last week. But now just, I think that's Olapau now, just trying to get into the motions now. Bulldogs having a bit of momentum now, 20 metres out now, second tackle, a chance to get another try here. Ockenball feints it, but goes himself. He's brought down 15 away now in the centre of the field, third tackle. Now it's a set restart now for the Dogs. Olapau. Olapu, sorry. Now to the right-hand side. The Bulldogs are just trying to figure out what to do with it. They've got all these tackles. And then there would have been a Shepherd there if he kept going there with Waddell. 5 metres down now. Second tackle. 7.5 to go. Pangai Jr. No, it's all. It's someone. I think it's Franklin Pele actually. And Marnie tried to go himself, and he gets instantly held up. Fourth tackle now for the Dogs, right on the line. Out to the right, Reynolds. Burton with a grubber. And just like that again, it's Jake Avarillo. And it's the grubber into the space, and the player's running. And it's worked again for the Bulldogs. It's now 16-22 with a kick to come. Could be in for a bit of a game here. Could be Bulldogs starting to get back into the match. Avarillo, I mean, in fairness, it was fair play for that Canberra's play trying to hold him up. If he was able to hold him up and drag him out, that would have been impressive. But yeah, Avarillo just got enough strength to ground it. That's the thing, if the Bulldogs just maintain the ball, they should be fine. But yeah, good stuff, good stuff. It's starting to actually get a bit close, you know. So, less than 6 minutes now remaining. With this conversion, the Bulldogs will be within 4. And if they can get a try on at half time, it could be tied or even the Bulldogs in the front. Here's Burton now. 1 try assist and 2 from 2. This to make it 3 from 3. And to make it 18 points to 22. And he slots it down the middle. So 5.5 to go. It is a 4-point game. 5.5 to go in the first half, I should state. But, you know, it's a good start. Good start. Yeah, have the Bulldogs just straight up not arrived? But there's a kick there, and oh, big run over the top by, I believe that was, is that Olapau? I think it must have been. Just got to bring up this the picture again, but yeah. Second tackle now, the Dogs onto the 30. Already, and the Bulldogs have just got the momentum here. Now, Ockenball gets to the 40. Now Marnie goes from dummy half. Oh! Pops it up. It's still a play. It should be moved back to the by the line. But anyway, still fourth tackle. And Canberra will hold him right there now for the last tackle. So 40 metres out. Out to the left. Burton with the kick. Is that a Burton bomb? I don't know. Oh! And yeah, it's going to be play on. It's not going to be a try. Reynolds is on a one-on-one, but it was a knock-on by... They're saying the Bulldogs are getting good actual meters and momentum over the last couple of minutes, but if only Casey held on to that. So less than 4 minutes now remaining in the... Oh, I should actually have the tag on the actual thing. 4 minutes now to go remaining in this first half. Oh, it's a dog. Speaking of the Dogs. It's the dog. Oh, knock on here by Canberra. As soon as the Dogs rocked up, the Dogs have now got a chance to potentially tie the game up here. It's a scrum about 30 metres out now. Ultra slow motion, yeah, and Rapinoe has lost it trying to get back up. Dog's just, I don't know what he's doing. What she's doing. But here we go, 25 metres out. Scrum feed here for the Bulldogs. So a chance here for them to tie the game up. She's not trying to get on the bed. So here we go. Here comes the scrum feed. Trying to find a gap, but they won't. So get it. What are you wincing about? I don't know what she's trying to do. But anyway, second tackle now for the Bulldogs. That's Corey Waddell. Brought down onto the 10 for the second tackle. Third tackle, Reynolds to Burton. Burton almost going himself. Here we go. Still the third. Oh, 16, Pele gets held back onto the line now. Fourth tackle for the Bulldogs. Preston, can he go for a hat-trick? And the ball's popped out. But it's a knock-on by the Bulldogs. Don't understand why they don't play on there. She's taking my shoe. The dog's taking my shoe. Can't believe that. Oh. Why is she... No, she's starting to attack me for no reason. Being attacked by a dog. Why are you attacking my feet? Anyways, a minute 40 remaining. Scrum feed now here from Canberra as Rapinoe gets brought down. There's about 90 seconds remaining, so this will really be the... should be the final set of the... Drop. Anyways, now third tackle for Canberra as they're going down the left-hand side. That was a forward pass. And Hudson Young's lost it. Well, it's going to be a penalty Canberra for offside, but there was a forward pass. There to the place that Canberra will have the final set and have a chance to try to extend their lead before the break. I don't know if you can see that, but sorry. Oh, mate, what are you doing? Now the dog's attacking me. Canberra now. Out to the left-hand side. Croker to Savage with the grubber. And Marnie will bat it out. So, and I think with the dropout clock, that should be it for the first half. The dog's got an absolute... She's got into an absolute feral state at the moment. Yeah, there we go. That's the end of the first half, and it is 18-22. Still in favour of Canberra. Sorry about that. The dog's just gone absolutely feral. How is she still getting in? Rain. But I put shit in front of the door. Up. Get up. I'll throw this outside. All right.
Why do we always say we're doing nothing special just because it's not a special occasion? Dinner with my best mates? Nothing special. Watching a movie with my mate? Nothing special. Having dinner with family who I don't really down for? You know, special. Come on, people.
It's just mental, this dog. It's just silly. She bloody just... So what I've had to do now to like... There's other people home. It's just that what I've had to do is I've gone like this. It's like wheelie bin just full of stuff to press it against the door, and she's like... She's just absolutely barked the living daylights out of it. But yeah, she's good. She just has an absolute... Just some bits where she's just a bit feral. And just goes a bit nuts for like no reason. But yeah, she's fine. But John, that was a dog act. Really was, in fairness. She just came in and just started attacking me feet. So I got like this like little stick thing that she has and like trying to throw it into the back room, and now it's like trying to kill my room out. But anyways, that is half time. Good half, I gotta say, in fairness. But one says, no, I didn't hit it. It was... She just went a bit nuts. I don't even know if that even picked up or anything, did it? I'm just trying to check on how it sounds. Yeah, she just barked. Just didn't want it to be like bloody interpreted as like I've hit it, but no, hit her. But no, it's all good. Yeah, she's just been a bit nuts, you know. It's one of those things, but I think it's been a good half, in fairness. I mean, the dog actually, yeah, it's all good, yeah. No, I agree with you, John. Joke there. I'm here all night if you're doing this next game. Yep, I'll be doing the next game and all of Saturday and Sunday. I'm kind of, you know, this is like the one round where you kind of really need to do all of it. But yeah, it's dog's just been a we got her a couple of like I think a month or two ago. She's still a puppy, but she's like massive. She's going to be like a lot big. She's going to get a lot bigger by the time she actually turns into like a fully grown dog. It's ridiculous. Like, we can barely handle her now. But yeah, it's just it's been going well so far. I want to get probably back into the streaming stuff and all that, but yeah, Canberra had a good start, and then the Bulldogs just were able to like just start to slowly edge into it. So it's good to see. What's a question we could put to the people? Like a bit of a poll. Okay, here we go. Can the Bulldogs continue the comeback and win? There we go. I think that's a good question for the poll. We can just put that in as a yes or no. But it's in fairness, like the Bulldogs have only had 13 completed sets, And they're like only 4 points away from actually from the lead here. So if we've already got someone in the vote who just straight up said no, so... Oh, no one said yes. It could be very split, actually. I do think the Bulldogs currently do have like the momentum, but it's going to be hard to tell to see how this does play on for the rest of the half. Well, wait, what happened with Kevin Walters? What illness? Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Walters. Did he get like the flu or something? But yeah, it's hard to tell of how this is going to continue for this game. But let's see. Oh shit! Oh whoops! I shouldn't be swearing, but I just can't. How do I bring this up? So a couple of. Let me just create a window quickly. No, I can't. Can I? Let's add it to fantasy. Oh, this is. I'm just looking at Twitter. Let me just go into YouTube Studio because this just happened during the stream. I feel like it could have happened during this stream because we're very close to hitting it. Just don't know if it's actually going to properly pop us, so I might have to zoom in and out for this once it actually properly loads. So there we are. There we go. That's now happened. We're at 1,600 subs now. I know there's going to be a bunch of cheeky buggers that are going to unsub now because I just said that, but yeah. Thank you all very much. It's for the support. It's been going good. Hopefully it continues more. So I've just been on a bit of just looking at NRL Twitter just to see what all the people's like reactions are and how they are seeing through this this match. I hope not. I got multi on Raiders win, Manly win, Raiders lose this. They've messed up your night. I don't know. It's like it's going to be hard to tell, but I think Canberra should be okay, but who knows what happens. Still 2 votes and it's split 50-50, so hard to tell. So immediately after this stream ends, you'll be redirected to... Oh god, you'll be redirected to the other stream afterwards, which you can just click onto that, which is basically for the Manly and Broncos game. But yeah, just now giving it a couple of minutes. Yeah, I'm excited. Could actually become a proper like big thing. I don't know. So it did actually pop up. Okay. I don't know what could happen. The dogs are just starting to bark now. But yeah, it's just pretty much after this break we should be ready for the second half. Just gotta keep looking and waiting for it now. Hopefully, surely the Bulldogs. For my tips, I hope Canberra can. Okay, now it's 3 votes now, 2-1 in favour of no. The Bulldogs will not go on to win this. Excited. Excited. I don't know how this is going to go. Alright, there we go. So now we are back now. So pretty much about to start the second half. So after a bit of dog tomfoolery, we'll be back. Obviously, Canberra did get out to a 22-6 lead, but the Bulldogs are starting to make a bit of a comeback, and now it's close. Whether it continue to be, I might actually just get a drink quickly. Be back in a couple of seconds. What? What do you mean? Rangers beating Menace. About what? Well, let's just say it's not what people were expecting. I just saw Egypt. Oh, what?
English left wing, United left wing,
Yeah.
and French centre back.
Right. Alright, we're back. Canberra now set to come back onto the field, so... There we go, Canberra now out on the field, so we should just be very close now for the start of the second half. I don't really think they've actually properly sold it out the whole weekend, because they were advertising tickets up until a day or two ago. Unless they've all just practically given them away. So Canberra will kick it off. They'll be running a screen left, so the Bulldogs will get first possession. Jacob Preston, 2 tries so far for him. Could he be the one that leads the the Bulldogs to continue their streak of their tries and never know going to win. So we'll end the poll here. 2 people saying no and kicked off, and we are underway for the second half of the opening match. And that's going to be Ockenbaugh who takes the hit up, and it'll be brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle. Now it's to the number 4 there of Alamotti, who getting it to the 25. Oh, leading with the bloody elbow, Jesus. I don't know. It's like Josh Reynolds being back. It's like all the Bulldogs now have to lead with the elbow to the jugular now. 4th tackle now for the Bulldogs. Still trying to find a way to get inside of Canberra's half. That's number 16. That's Franklin Pele. They'll just about get into it now. Burton now with the kick. Rapiner with the take from the kick from Burton. Gets a pass off to Sebastian Chris, and Chris will get brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle for Canberra. Rapiner now getting held up on the 30 for the second tackle. Good bit of running that there. Now to the potential 40-20 here. They're going to go for it. It's under the 40. It's going to take a bounce. Oh, taken and flicked back in play there expertly by the Bulldogs. Really early kick. It was only the 3rd tackle that the Raiders went for the 40-20. Hayes Perham just perfectly did it. Perfect time. It was like a perfectly timed quick time event. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of promise in this game, but obviously in the lead up to it, everyone's like, oh, this is just happened to be the first game, but it's been all right so far. Now Preston now with the ball and will get brought down right on halfway for the last tackle. Is this bird on bomb? No. And Rapana, nope, still play on. He tried to put his foot into the to get a 20-minute restart, but it's not happening. Canberra's forwards, it's going to be taking a long time to actually get back into the line of play. It's like the comp might be tight a little bit because the Bulldogs are fresh and raring to go, and it's like it's all the backs making the meters in this set. Now fourth tackle, Canberra now on the 40. As you see, Addo Carr on the sideline. Now number 14, that is Tom Starling, who get brought down on halfway, and that will be the last tackle. No, it's a penalty to Canberra. That's the worst time to give a penalty on the last tackle. What was it? Oh, it's a crusher tackle. There's the kick and the touch on the ball. We placed 25 out from the try line, so chance real here for Cameron to get the first points on the board and try to get back momentum on their side. Whiten now gets all the way up to the left-hand side now for the first tackle. 20 metres out now. Croker. Croker gets brought down inside of the 10 now for the second tackle. Shifting it now to the right-hand side and trying to flick it up. Hudson Young now gets brought down. 10 metres out, third tackle. Out to the right. They keep on going. Oh, it's good play, and Rapana stays in. And Rapana gets his second of the game and the first try of the second half. A crucial first try in the second half, and it's now 26-18 with a kick to come. Might probably just have to check to see if his feet's dead in play, but I think he's safe. Yeah, no obstruction at all. Flat ball. Oh, feet are nowhere near the outline. Now it's going to be a try. Sorry, I just need to... There we are, 26-18 with a kick to come. Passes out to Rapana. Yeah, feet nowhere near. Burton tried to, but... But yeah, now 26-8. So conversion here right from the sideline will make it a 10-point lead to Canberra. Now just waiting now for the right from the sideline. I mean, this is pretty much the hardest kick now. Whiten's had, well, not one, but Croker's had some pretty hard kicks. And this will be certainly the hardest. So here comes the steps from Croker. Hits the post. So still remain as an 8-point lead now for the Raiders. So, but we've got 5.5 are now gone. Why are they saying an illness? It's like it could just be the flu. But anyway, here's the kick-off there by the Bulldogs to restart the match. But it's hard to say what the Bulldogs need to do now. I mean, in fairness, like either team kind of needed the first try of the second half. It's just It's feeling on my neck. Horsburgh got the ball and he'll get brought down just shy of halfway, and that'll be the last tackle for Canberra. It's just the kind of a thing of like the teams being able to implement their penalties and set restarts, because that's been a lot of the teams have been able to score tries. Outline there, so Bulldogs currently have the ball. Marnie now gives it off to Ockenball. It's a penalty to Canberra. Wait, what? Penalty Canberra? Surely it's penalty Dogs. What's happened? No, it's a penalty to Canberra because Reid Marnie was offside. So yeah, Marnie was coming off from an offside position, ended up getting the ball. That's fair enough now. So first tackle, 15 out now for Canberra. Horsburgh trying to power himself over the line. He's going to be 5 metres short now for the second tackle. Oh, a bit of trickery. Trying to get the ball to Whitehead. Again, Whitehead's going to get held up a couple of metres away from the ball now. Third tackle. Fogarty. Whiten gets brought down. 5 metres away from the try line again. Fourth tackle. Korsberg can't get a try. He's just short of line now. Last tackle for Canberra. Grubber. 16 Pasami Salo trying to get there. But he does get touched a little bit, so there could be a possibility, maybe a penalty. They're going to check to see if there could potentially be grounds for a professional foul, which would mean that it'd be no try, but a Bulldogs player would go in the bin. It was Pasami Saulo going in for the run from the grubber kick. Yeah, it's pushed over. Shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, because shoulder to the back, but there's a shoulder to the back for the second one, but it's going to be a goal line dropout anyway to the Bulldogs, so Canberra will still somewhat end up with the ball. Another short kick. Carraz has touched it, but it's just ended up in Canberra's favour. Bird dispute about if someone knocked it on or not, but Horsburgh now with the ball. And he'll get brought down near the 10 for the second tackle for the Raiders. Raiders now to the left-hand side. Whitehead gives it off to Whiten. Oh, what a ball! To Omre Gula. That is an absolute piss missile of a pass. Wait, what? They're saying Whiten's pass was forward. No! If that's that's not a forward pass. No way that was a forward pass. Out of all the passes that have been forward, that's the one that's called forward. That went back. Surely. That's not a forward pass. That should be a try. I'm sorry, it's not a forward pass. I don't know how the hell that's a forward pass, unfortunately. But anyways, now the Bulldogs will have the ball here. Scrum feed on the 15. Perham gets brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. yeah, literally nothing from that, from like the replays, was showing that that was not forward. Or showing that was forward. Pangai Jr. is set to come back onto the field now, so there'll be a good bit of muscle coming back in for the Dogs. Dogs have just brought down just shy of halfway now for the fourth tackle. Now it's a high kick from Burton. They don't even know where it's bounced to. Still last tackle for the Dogs, and they've flung it to the right-hand side. And now it's penalty Canberra. Yeah, it's offside. Another offside against the Dogs, being the attacking team. So it's Canberra ball. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just looking at... Oh, sup, Bosky? Good to see you, man. I just had to look up on Twitter just to see what people's reacting was to that pass. All of them are saying that there is no way that was forward. Yeah, it's the dog and cat running at each other because, yeah, we decided to get a dog along with having a cat for you. Xavier Savage now down the left-hand side wing. Ball carrying arms on the ground. And he says he wasn't held, but I don't know. These decisions are starting to get a bit weird about some of the Bulldogs are kind of been getting away with a few things. But was his ball carrying arm on the ground? I don't know how that's not held, but I don't know. Just trying to have a look. Refs on Raiders payroll. But yep, now anyway, so now both sides are now complaining about the referee. Now it's weird now. The Bulldogs fans are trying to say that the referees are against them. I'm confused. But Waddell now gets brought down 40 away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. Oh, and Pangai's lost it. So a change over now for Canberra. Captain's challenge now. That's a bit of a silly decision there for the captain's challenge. But yeah, a lot of people are saying it's like... Put Reynolds back on. I don't know. I just feel like some people who like comment stuff on Twitter just have got too much time on their hands. Like me, but I don't go on Twitter, so I'm better. So scrum feed now, 30 on the 30-meter line now for Canberra. 26 minutes remaining in the game. As we're going to be about we're 45 minutes away from the start of the Manly Broncos game. Tomoka now with a good run here. Brings them down on the Bulldogs 40 for the second tackle. Oh, White with an absolute breakthrough, but can't find support to get a potential try now. 20 out now, third tackle. Starling getting wrapped up by Pangai Jr. 15 out, fourth tackle for the Raiders. Fogarty with the grubber, picked up by Ockenbaugh, and just instantly shuts down that attack. So Ockenbaugh gets brought down now inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Bulldogs. That's the thing, the Bulldogs just need one try and they're back in it. Well, they're still, that's the thing, they're still in it. They just, if they get this one try, then they're actually like, you know what I mean, they're actually like in the running. But yeah, it's just interesting. It's like you got Bulldogs fans complaining about there being over-reffed with the penalty count heavily in Canberra's favour, and then you have Canberra fans complaining about the ref because of that forward pass decision. Another Burton bomb. Preston, and he loses it, and Rapana will get the ball. So it'll be first tackle. That'll be zero tackle actually. Tomoko now with the ball. You want to bring him back all the way to where the mark was, about 5 metres forward? So I did see a tweet actually, someone saying like the refs aren't biased, they're just terrible. Which is agreeable. Oh, almost a pass there to Sebastian Chris. The breakthrough there for Starling. Still the fourth tackle now. White with the ball to Croker. Croker gets a pass out. That's surely been played out by the Bulldogs, and it has. So it's a set re-6 again now for the Canberra Raiders. It's a zero, yeah, and it was a zero tackle set, so it goes back to zero. Now Papali for the first tackle, 30 metres out. Oh, he gets a pass off eventually to Starling. And Starling will now hold it. This will be the first tackle now on the 20-metre line. 20 out. Big chance here for Canberra to try to give some breathing room in this match. And that is Gula, 15 away. Fogarty to Tomoko. Trying to find a gap. Pass. It's flung out to no one. Croker still... Croker! And Croker goes himself! The wild fling pass there from Tomoko ends up getting picked up on a fair away by Jared Croker, and he just picks it up and just runs into the gap and scores. So it's 18:30 with a kick to come. But yeah, right in front of the Canberra allocated fans area. And Croker just, he deserves it. He definitely deserves the try. There we go. So Raiders do get the try that they deserve. And now with this conversion, now it's relatively near, so they should be able to get it. It will be a 14-point lead with about 22 minutes remaining. They're in Hull. Oi, it's a Super League joke. So what's Twitter saying now after that? So now Croker now to convert his own try. To make it a more than 2-score game. I don't get how Bulldogs fans are just saying they're being robbed. I don't know. It's a conversion, and the conversion is successful. 32-18 now for the Raiders. So 21 minutes now remaining. 50 still technically on. If Canberra just need to score 3 converted tries in the next 20 minutes, just completely phase out the Dogs in this game. Yeah, Brisbane. Yep, Brisbane have arrived. They're properly now just getting their their stretches in before they go warm up and take on the Manly Seagulls in a blockbuster match. So on the 15 now, the first tackle for the Raiders to Gawler. Now Papali. It's Papali, isn't it? Yeah. Now out to the left. Oh, could have been a pass to Horsburgh, but I think it was Starling. Bit of McGeady spin there. Now Horsburgh gets it. Gets a flick out to Sebastian Chris. Chris gets over halfway and we brought down 45 away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. Quick kick and chase here. Right to the corner. That's a great defensive kick as it bounces just inside of play. So it'll be a scrum feed on the 10. But if it stayed in, that would have been amazing. But, not bad. Not bad at all. So it's fair to Pangai Juniors to have to come off the field. Yep, Tavir Pangai Junior sent for a HIA. Go Roosters. That's fair. That's fair, Hannah. That is completely fair. Marauders 55, Slime 13. Wait, who'd they play? Who's Slime? Not too sure. It's now it's the number 14. Now it's Olapu. Last second out for the Bulldogs. Getting out to the right hand side. The kick is not gone anywhere, and Croker will pick it up. Gets good tackle on him there. Olapu again. It's just Olapu's just getting some good stuff going. So on the 30 now, inside of their own half, Canberra. If they can try to get another try, I think if they can get another try, I think it should be smooth sail. I mean, it kind of already is at the moment, but you never know. Fourth tackle now for Canberra on halfway. But just a whole lot of good meters you got to be saying from the Raiders, just being able to get into the Dogs' half. Fogarty with a high kick. And a pressure on Perham there. Perham's able to spin away. But it'll get instantly wrapped up and brought down inside the 10 for the first tackle. Carraz now with the tackle and he gets brought down on the 15 for the second tackle. This is where you start to see Canberra flex their defensive might, trying to keep the Bulldogs away from any form of attacking positioning. Bulldogs now going to the left-hand side. As that is Alamotti. Right near to the sideline now. Last tackle. Only made 29 metres for Canberra. And here comes a Burton bomb. Wesley. Oh! Oh my God, no way. That's try the season. What? Nothing, just Matt Burton has just hit an absolute basically like a Matt Burton bomb, but it didn't get as high. Bounces perfectly to the winger on the other side. And I think it's Alamotti who's able to get the pass in. But that is try. Who scored it? I think it's Avarillo, actually. So here we go. Back at the 30. Burton just absolutely knuckles it. It spins around. It basically knuckleballs it. It bounces in no man's land and bounces perfectly for Kiraz. Savage comes in to close down. They run down to the wing. And then passes inwards to Avarillo to score. That's if they're going to pick the try of the year, surely that's like top contender right now. The bounce of the century, I must say. What a bounce. And here's the conversion attempt now from Burton. This to make it an 8-point lead. And he gets it, so it's now 24 points to 32 if the scoreboard will be able to update. I just thought the kick didn't go well, and then I just couldn't speak. But no, that's an unbelievable try, that. There you go, 16 minutes remaining. It's an 8-point game, so the Bulldogs are still in it. Like, that's just a brilliant try. Bounce was like, you couldn't have made the bounce from that kick any more perfect. And there's the kickoff now by Canberra. Bulldogs are still in this. We could be going to, do we say golden point? Six tries to 4, and it's still an 8-point lead. This is where you start to question about the conversions being missed. Maybe they were from the sideline, but now surely that's going to give the Bulldogs some momentum there. Max King inside of the 40 for the third tackle. Now that's Fatala Mariner. Just shy of halfway now for the fourth tackle. Parham now trying to burrow himself over, and he'll get brought down 35 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. And Burn with another high kick. Oh, it's a great take there by Xavier Savage. It's first tackle inside of the 20 for Canberra. It could come down to the wire. This has been a great game to start it. I mean, people complain on Twitter, but look, this has been a good game. Yes, like, defence doesn't exist, but who cares? Third tackle now for Canberra as they're on their own 30. Now they're trying to push up a little bit more. They will get to the 40 for the fourth tackle. Now out to the left. Right on halfway now. Last tackle for Canberra. It's Vita Pangai Jr. It was a HIA. Oh, Kiraz. His head's on the line there. But it's penalty. It's a penalty to the Dogs. Kiraz will let the ball bounce. It hit his leg, and then it like slowly starts to like creep over the line. Kiraz, that was a really big brain snap there, but it is a penalty. And the Canberra players are just trying to push his head onto the ground to make it to go out, but it is a penalty to the Bulldogs. But yeah, a bit of a brain snap there by the Bull. Oh, Papali'i, sorry. Absolute stonking hit on Hughes, but whew. Third tackle now for the Bulldogs now, as they now fully enter the opposition half. Waddell, 35 out now, fourth tackle for the Bulldogs. Burton lays it off to Preston. Preston gets a pass off to, I think that's Avarillo. Now last tackle, out to the left. Burton kicks it centrally, and it's taken straight away there by Canberra. It's good play by the Dogs, but Canberra now just trying to need to catch their breath in a little bit. And Sebastian Chris almost breaks through and he'll get brought down inside the 20 for the second tackle. Now Croker. The Raiders just trying to just get themselves over the line. Tarpany now trying to get the charge, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40 now for the last tackle. Is there a 40-20 attempt? Probably not. Whiten just kicks it centrally, and again played off the foot of one of the Bulldogs players. I believe that is Perham. On the 30 for the first tackle for the Dogs, and we've got now 12 minutes remaining left in the game. And there's a very good chance this can still come down to the wire. I feel like probably if Canberra can get another try and then convert it so it's back to a 14-point lead, I think that should be that. But Tyler Mariner trying to go down the middle, and he gets brought down on the Canberra's 40 for the fourth tackle. Now Perham gets brought down on the 30 now. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. They'll shift it. Oh, Grubber a kick. But White was there to pick it up, to catch it almost immediately and shut it down. First tackle now on the 25. Now Savage gets put down on the 30 in a very similar spot. Now the sets are starting to get really quick now. Rapana will get brought down on the 40. Now Sebastian Chris now right on halfway for the fourth tackle. Now Papali'i gets a flick pass off to Whiten. Can't get a pass off in this last tackle. 35 out. Out to Fogarty. Fogarty with a high kick. There's a lot of chasers. And he got a foot back there. The number 5 of Casey. Surely, no, hang on. Surely his foot was in the field of play. Nappy caught it with his foot in the air. His foot has to be planted on the ground and then take it. So, yeah, but it's going to be a goal line dropout here for the Dogs. $70 gone, 10 left in this opening game for Magic Round. It's short, and it won't even go to the 10. It goes out like probably at the 2, so it's going to be a penalty to Canberra. So this will now give Canberra a massive opportunity. 10 metres out, full set of 6. They get the try and convert it. Should be able to chew out enough time to seal the win, but you never know. Now, one of the Canberra players is getting tape wrapped around their head. Don't know who it is. It's probably one of their four. I think it might be Whitehead. Got a bit of a seedy stash coming up. Yep, he's now getting the tape on it. Reynolds now set to come back onto the field for the final. Hang on, is he coming off to replace Burton? He's got the number 7 in his hand. Wait, hang on. Are they going for the 2 here? Okay, interesting decision here. Canberra are going to go for the 2. Been 4 from 6. This will make it a 10-point lead. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, if it made it, like, say, a 12-point lead if he got the kick, then I could kind of understand it, but I don't know. That's a bit weird. A little bit weird, in my opinion, if I had to give my expertise out on it. But, I mean, it's 10 metres. It's right in front. Might as well just get the points while you can. So, in comes the kick here from Jared Croker. And he slots it, and it's now a 10-point lead to the Canberra Raiders. It's 34-24. So 8 minutes 30. So, as in Canberra get the ball back. So if Canberra get one more try, that should be it. But the Bulldogs you can score 2 tries within 8 minutes. I think it's still very much possible. Just going to go for the quick refresh here. Yep, so there we go. Would actually be a 12-point lead. Oh, and it was an attempted... Oh! The ball's popped out. So knock on Bulldogs. There's an attempted short kick by the Dogs. So that's wasted about a minute. So it's going to be Canberra's ball on the 30. So there's a good minute wasted there by Canberra. Yeah, Kiraz knocked it forward. But now just waiting to see what will happen. 7 minutes now remaining in the game. And this, you just think one more try for Canberra should seal it. Because they'll just chew out a hell of a lot of the clock as well. So on halfway now, second tackle for the Raiders. Flat ball there to wide. Oh, that's a massive high shot. Sex again inside 10. I'm sorry, is Josh Reynolds like referee prone or something? He led with the elbow in the first half for one play and then just whacked him over the head in a high shot. Now is a penalty called. Oh, he just smacks him. I'm just so confused as to how that took so long for that to be finally called a penalty. Reynolds is just a grub. He's just... Was a grub, always a grub. But now, Tavita Pangai Jr., good news there for the Bulldogs. He's just about... He's past his HIA, so he's about to come on for the last 6 minutes. 25 metres out, 25 metres out. Full set of 6 now for Canberra. Try here should seal it, as there is now 5 minutes 45 remaining in the game. So 20 minutes out now from the first tackle. Papali with the ball, tries to go through up the guts and he'll be pulled up onto the 10 for the second tackle. Onto the left, Fogarty. Flat ball, Croker. Gets brought down 5 metres short of the line. Third tackle on the left-hand side, sorry. Whiten, dummies, tries to go through a gap and he'll get held up again in a very similar spot now. Fourth tackle. Reynolds is a worthless sack of shit, always has been. Here we go. Last tackle now. Canberra. Grubber kick for White, and he's trying to go for himself, and it's going to be Chester going back, and it's going to be a penalty to the Dogs here. I think it might be an offside call here. White will challenge. I think that green symbol must be member. I'm assuming like the emoji won't pop up actually. The actual the membership emblem. Like what I've said it as. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, challenge unsuccessful, so will be a penalty to the Dogs. So 4 minutes 40 remaining. They need to pretty much score and then score again. Kick into touch, and it'll be placed just shy of the 30, so 4 minutes 30 remaining left in the opening match. We won't even have that much of a break, to be completely honest. So with this win, and being a 10-point win, this will see the Canberra Raiders jump all the way to 6th place. And this loss for the Bulldogs will just keep him in 13th, and depending on how other teams go, they could see himself dropping even further down the ladder. I think probably the last could be 16th. Something's happened. I've completely missed it, but Canberra have just gone over and run with the ball and scored. And now, what's happened? Raiders are... Something's happened. I've missed it. So Burton with the ball. Reed Marnie. Dummies. It's a falcon by Whiten. And then it's play on. It's a try. That's a try. The referee has said that Whiten has touched it like with the hand, but it's hit him square in the head, and they can't challenge it because they just used their challenge a minute ago. So that's 2 certain tries the Raiders had taken off them. Can't believe that. It hit him like... The pass is like... Marnie like feints one, then passes again. Once chasing... Oh, it's a kick and chase. And Burton gets it. Flick pass. That's a tackle without the ball. That's just a straight up tackle without the ball. That's going to be a penalty try to the Dogs. But yeah, it should be a try to the Raiders. This game has just descended into chaos in the last minute. So let's have a look. Burton gets the ball passed, and Papali just brocks him. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty try. It's going to be a penalty try to the Dogs. But it shouldn't have happened because it should be a try to Canberra like 20 seconds ago. And this is the thing as well. I think if it's a penalty try, then it can't be a professional foul. Because I don't think they can give a try in a bin. There we go. Perham has scored a penalty try. So that means it can't be a bin. It can't be a sim bin. Surely, I mean, that's the rule. If it's not a try, it's a sim bin. But it should be a try. But the Raiders should have scored. This game is just dissolved. But anyways, now it's a conversion right in front because it's a penalty try. That means with 3 minutes to go, it'll be a 4-point game. So here we go, right in front. This to make it a 4-point game, even though it really shouldn't be. It's now 34-30. With 2 minutes 30 on the clock. The Bulldogs will have one full set. If this actual scoreboard can actually properly update. The Manly boys are getting ready. So Turbo's playing in this game, which is a good sight for him. So time stopped, 2 minutes 30. Tavita Pangai Jr. is back on the field. The scoreboard hasn't been properly updated yet. Is it gonna update yet? It's 30 to... Oh, they got the try up now. Here we go. There's the kick from Canberra. So this is pretty much the Bulldogs have got one set to try to win the game. So Tapangai Jr. onto the 15 for the first tackle. Alamotti now on the 20 for the second. Now 2 minutes remaining. Bulldogs trying to go to the right. Okay, third tackle now for the... Oh, the Bulldogs could still have a bit of play if they still keep going, but they need the Raiders to have a full set. Like a short set. Fourth tackle now for the Dogs. They're at the 40. Reynolds. Out to the right-hand side. Okay, the scoreboard's finally been updated. Last tackle, 45 away. Last tackle. Oluwapu with the kick. Up in the air. What a take. That is an absolute brilliant take there by Rapana with 1:20 remaining. So now Canberra cannot make a mistake. And they will have this game. I mean, in fairness, the game should have been over. Okay, third tackle now on the Canberra 40. Canberra will now try to just chew out as much clock as possible. Fourth tackle, halfway, 50 seconds remaining. Honestly, do you go for a field goal? Now that's the number 10 there. It's Tarpany. Gets brought down on the 40. Last tackle now for Canberra with 30 seconds remaining. Fogarty sees a gap. He goes himself and it's a kick up in the air. Bobbled. And the Bulldogs, it says it's gone back. Oh, and Hudson's stolen it. And Hudson might have a second try. And now that should be over. Tackle 1, no try. But they are going to check it. There's 18 seconds remaining, so it'll be... That's the thing. If it's not a one-on-one strip, then it's a penalty to the Bulldogs. Is it one-on-one? There's 2-on-1. It's a penalty to the Bulldogs. It's a penalty to the Bulldogs with 18 seconds on the clock. Here we go. They've got to leather it to try to get as deep into touch as possible. Here we go. Penalty Bulldogs pretty much on the 5 meters out from their own line. They need to leather it. And time is gone. Here we go. Time has stopped. 14 seconds. This would be a miracle if the Bulldogs are able to do this. Byrne needs to punt this as far as possible. How far can he get it out? Now, Sebastian Chris has now suffered a HIA. He's been sent for a HIA now. What has this game been? Bear in mind, the game is still going. There's still 14 seconds remaining. The time has stopped. Now they haven't got a... Now, Canberra don't have a sub. No, there we go. Now, Rapana's back on the field. No, Rapana's going back to fullback. So who's going to... Horsburgh's now coming on. So here we go. Burton needs to spiral this. He needs like a 50, 60 metre kick. Here goes Burton. And he'll only get it as far as the 35. Here we go. 10 seconds remaining. One play. Here goes a Burton bomb. It's high, but it's not going to go as far. Oh, what a take by Rapana. And the game finally ends. It should have been over a couple of minutes ago, but Canberra hang on. 30 points to 34 and will take the win of the opening match of Magic Round. Why do they just watch him catch? I think that's just become like a traditional thing. It's like they just wait to see what the bounce does. They've been doing it anytime Burton does it. But there we go. That is the end of the game one. Now we're going to immediately try to transition over for the Manly Sea Eagles and Brisbane Broncos game. If you want to join me there, once this stream ends, there'll be a link to just redirect it. So thank you all for watching, and we'll just move on to game two, I suppose.